Good morning, everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm Shamith Maharaj, currently Chief Business Development Officer and soon to be CEO of CipherWave. It's an absolute honor and a privilege to be invited today to say a few words on behalf of our company and our partnership with Porta. Welcome to South Africa. It's good to have you with us today. When we talk voice in our business, we don't talk, voice in terms of CipherWave. We talk Porta. Porta is not a product for us. It's not a service. It's a partnership. And, before I go into the actual experience from a voice perspective, just to give you a view of who we are and what we do in the market, Roman earlier mentioned you've got the most customers between Johannesburg and Pretoria. We happen to be dead in center in Waterfall, Midrand. So I can attest to that. We were launched in 2010. Our core function is connectivity, voice, cloud, and security, but we wrap this into one customer solution or customer offering into the market. We are South African ISP. We work with all the wholesalers. We've got different sectors that we cater for today: retail, resellers, and wholesale. What we look at ourselves as being an enabler of enablers. So we're not competing in the market in trying to sell a product or a service, but we just enable our customers in terms of deriving maximum value for their businesses and for their customers as well. In terms of some of the key things that stand out from a CipherWave perspective is our data centers are managed by ourselves, so we don't outsource anything. From a connectivity, cloud, voice, and security stack, a lot of the development we have is custom built. We do work with partners. We've got a very strong ecosystem in South Africa as well as in the global markets. Having set up 2 new entities this year in the US as well as in Dubai, it's giving us a lot more power to play into the international markets and to expand our business into those geographies. We are locally owned South African business, so from a voice perspective, working with the Porta team, we can provision services very quickly across the South African landscape, utilizing skills that we have locally in country. Very important for us to be very results-driven, young, dynamic team that's partnered with the Porta team, and presence is across the country: Joburg, Cape Town, as well as Natal. So coming to our communication stack, what do we do in terms of voice, right? So, there was mentioned earlier in terms of integration with other platforms and other services. And as you can see here, MS Teams calling, we've been one of the early adopters in terms of taking this to market. And we've seen great success over the last year in terms of integration with Microsoft and leveraging the power of the Porta team, the Porta platform to achieve the results that we have. And we could not have done this on our own. So thank you to the Porta team for supporting us in this venture. We've got the hosted PBXs, VoIP, as well as telephone management systems. Specifically linked to PortaOne, where are we today as a business? We've been using PortaOne since 2017, so it's quite a mature business. All our group companies, including TalkTalk, you'll see the reference on your agenda, are utilizing these services today. In terms of maintenance releases, I know we probably, for all the techies in the house, I think we are probably a couple of releases behind, but we're currently on 105, but there's ambitions to get to 107 as quickly as we can. So from a planning perspective, we have that on the roadmap today. Financial model for us is important. For our customers, it's irrelevant from a business perspective. We've got a capex model. So on an annual basis, Porta is, when we look at our budgets, Porta is always probably number one, in terms of where we're going to spend our money and how do we leverage the partnership that we have. In terms of new add-on services that we're working with the Porta team, right, from an innovation perspective, and this is quite a key thing for our customers. We're looking at the hosted PBX portals, which is in testing right now for PortaOne, as well as the Porta, the phone, the mobile application that's in development today. And we're hoping, into the new financial year Q1, we have a working model that we will then take to market to our customers. All right, there we go. So I think most of us in the room here, we consumers of the product, the service. We've got the partnerships in place. But just from a CipherWave perspective, when I sat on our team and said, how do we represent, what is the purpose for today? What is the message we want to derive? Because I think each person is using the platform for they have different needs, different requirements. From our perspective, we looked at it from a vendor perspective. It enables us to have those interconnects with our vendors, providing trunks to our customers, having proper billing reports in place, managing our usage within the network. that enables us to make more strategic decisions as well in terms of, where do we want to go with our customer base, and where do we need to upgrade at what points in time. From a deployment perspective, we've got a strategic engagement right now, a relationship with Open Access Data Center. So our PortaOne instance, the entire stack, is hosted in Open Access Data Center. We own our own pod. It's a floor dedicated to this platform. In terms of expansion, I was quite excited to hear about the cloud, and I just had a chat to Jan, whilst you were speaking earlier. I think that's definitely our next evolution in terms of how do we expand and have the second or third instance in a cloud sitting in a different geographic location to give us the power of the resilience that our customers are looking for. Our platform is fully resilient in Johannesburg, okay? But looking at almost provincial resilience is something that we're going to be looking at and working closely with the Porta team going forward. From an adoption perspective, all our voice customers utilize the platform. They've got at least one trunk into the platform. And from a billing perspective, historically you would need to have 1 or 2 billing people to look at your reports, ensure you're billing correctly. Right now, it's a click of a couple of clicks and you've got the information you need. So we see a lot of power in terms of having accurate billing being presented to the customer, negates any sort of risk to our commercials with our customer, and it just reinforces the relationship with our customers in the market. So some of the customers that we work with, firstly, we touch all sectors. We're not isolated to one specific area or one specific sector in South Africa. Today, we are servicing the logistics, media, manufacturing, retail, technology partners, financial services. These are just a few. Now, in terms of end customers who are utilizing our platform, they wouldn't do it directly, but obviously via CipherWave and our partner ecosystem, we've got end customers like Discam that would go via our PortaSwitches. We've got New Debt, we've got Litsatsi, and we've got a host of wholesale resellers, okay, on our network that we haven't listed today, but people that we work very closely where they manage the end customer relationship and we have a billing engagement with them directly. So, before I conclude, I'm very excited about the future. I think, as I said, when we talk voice, we talk Porta. Okay, it's been very scalable for us from 2017. We see the value in the service, and the one element that stands out for us is the level of service we get. From an end-to-end perspective, our network is proactively being monitored. If there's any sort of anomalies picked up, there's responses immediately. We have the ability to work closely, so corrective actions being taken very, very timelessly. And it's not about an SLA, it's about the quality of the service. And that's what we've got from Porta since 2017. So to the Porta team, thank you. And we're looking forward to continue working with you. Okay.
Thank you, Shamith.
From a credibility perspective, very importantly for us, from a credibility perspective, when we put our name against a brand or an OEM, it's about, is it scalable for us downstream? Can we upsell, cross-sell into our market? And what we've seen as well, okay, just using the Porta switches, when we're working with certain vendors, it's never a case that, we need to fault find. Vendors understand that we've got a solid, robust system in place. The troubleshooting that we provide back to them when there's anomalies is very easily to detect a problem, to take the actions we need. And I mentioned the support, and it's not just a 8 to 5 business day, it's 24/7. So that's also some value that we've seen working with Porta. From a success perspective, right? What we've also noticed is from 2017, there's a stat that I wanted to show, but we didn't put it in a graph. From 2017 to date, okay, our Porta platform has never been down. It's never been down unless we've had schedule changes or migration work being done between data centers. That's the only time we could say there was downtime. But from a platform perspective, the platform has always been stable. So, we've got great confidence in that. And then just to round up, if there's any partners in the house that want to work with us in terms of the Porta and our experiences, we're happy to share some of our end customer success stories directly with you during the coffee break. But overall, this is definitely a service and a platform that we highly endorse and we will continue working with. To Roman and the team, thank you for your time today.